came into the room and I knew there'd be trouble. I couldn't help but stare at her legs and think, I'm Hobbs, and you're watching the Underground Bunker on Bloodrock Media.
Hello everyone, you are watching another fun-filled episode of the Underground Bunker. Hello! I am your host Hobbs, and with me as always is my tablet. You all know what this is. It's a weekly web series where I showcase unsigned and underground bands that I really think you ought to be paying attention to, bands that are doing the work. And I do cover every kind of music that I possibly can except country and gangster rap. Because this day and age, we all need to be listening to more music, and I truly, truly believe that, except country and gangsta rap. And, yeah, so I have nothing else to say. Let's get a fucking show going on, people. This week's first band is a band that some of you may have heard and not even fucking know it. They are a bad fucking ass band called the Dusk Fall.
A change was made today. Somehow the reason
These guys are a 5-piece fucking badass metal band from Luleå, Sweden. They started in 1999. And they started in 1999 by guitarist Michael They were started in 1999 by guitarist Mikael Sandorf. I don't know if I've got that right because it's Sweden, so I'll probably say it. And they went right to fucking town. Now, if you're listening to this song, Shoot It In, you will immediately notice two things. One, they sound like a mix between Soilwork and Lamb of God. And two, you might hear, oh, I've heard this song before. Why? Where? I will tell you. If you are a fan of the video gaming, which I am a huge fan of, and you might be a fan of video or comic books, you might have heard pray tell of a video game called The Darkness, which was released by 2K Games back in, I think, 2005 or 2006. Maybe it was 2008? No, anyway, it was a long time. No, it was 2006 on the Xbox 360. The song you're listening to was on that video game. If you're standing in the subway and watching the TV, you will see the music video. And along with a pretty badass soundtrack in its own right, I stood there and just watched that entire video more times than I care to count, because it is a bad fucking ass song. I mean, listen, fucking awesome. Now, despite the fact that they have a new singer that doesn't sound anything like this song, they've managed to do okay. They've managed to sort of bring in that sort of new harshness that is pretty popular today, and have managed to stay relevant because of it. You kind of miss the old guy, but this stuff, the stuff that they're doing now is fucking awesome. And they're on a brand new label, and are currently working on a new album. They've got 5 full-length albums right now, but they're working on a new album called The Everlasting Shadows, which will be released this summer. Until then, you can buy their music on Amazon, blah, 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 blah. Check them out on their Bandcamp, and do look up them on Facebook. I first learned of this next band a couple of months ago, and I have to say, not only is the name badass, but so is the band. This is Dreadnought. How badass is a name like Dreadnought? That name, first of all, if you don't know what a Dreadnought is, it's a giant fucking ship. And it is a time-old class of ships. We don't actually have any right now in the U.S. Navy, I wouldn't. But we have. And if you play any number of spaceship video games, or, you know, like Assassin's Creed, it had it. Dreadnought is a very, very, very well-armed force to be reckoned with on the seas. So, yeah, these guys are called Dreadnought, and they take their name from that particular thing, because this is a big fucking sound. They are a 4-piece epic fucking metal band from Denver, Colorado. Got their start in 2012. And I think they pretty much pride themselves on taking eclectic to the nth degree. Their bio pretty much tells you that from the get-go, because they've got a really, really nice story. Not to mention their music suite. No. Not to mention their music has a very broad sense to it. They do manage to really, really kick it into another dimension of prog, because as you see, the singer Kelly, she can play a few instruments, not the least of which is guitar, but also the flute. And, well, you don't hear about that stuff very often. I've said it before, I love it when bands do bring in the more obscure instruments into a more mainstream sounding music, you know, like Yakuza and other bands that have used saxophone. But you don't hear flute very often, and I think that's awesome. Now these guys are on tap to play a couple kick-ass shows this year, not the least of which is Northwest Terror Fest in June. And at that show, you will be able to buy their current album, which is called Wake of Sacred Waves. I have to look that up because it's a long title, which was released last year in 2017. If you can't get to that show, which I believe is in Las Vegas, you definitely should check out their Facebook page, but you can also check out their Bandcamp and everywhere else you can find music. I do recommend you do that.
Segway!
Topping the hump this week is one of those bands that you just can't help but get into. No matter what kind of mood you're in, you're going to be bopping your head. They are a horror punk band called Ratbat Splinter. I'm going to have to talk very fast because this song is pretty damn short. It's a really kick-ass song, and I hope you like it. They are a 4-piece punk band from my neck of the woods in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They have gotten their start in 2013 by drummer Doug Creme, whom I have known for the better part of 15 years. He's played in some seriously kick-ass bands, not the least of which is Floating Face Down, Play Dead, both of which were with his brother John. Now, Doug is a kick-ass drummer in his own right, but when you bring to bear the rest of the guys in this band, it really, really kicks it up a notch. And knowing Doug, as I do, he's been a fan of the horror movies a long time. Every year he dresses up as Jason Voorhees and really, really pulls it off. Just really scary looking. And these guys do not skimp. Every single show they play, they put on this face paint. These guys do it at every show, no matter how small, no matter how big. And at every show, they put in a kick-ass performance. I've seen these guys many times, and it's a lot of fun to watch. The singer, Ryan, just really kicked it up a notch. He's a lot of very animated, very cool to watch. They just released a song called We Are Vermin. You can check it out on Bandcamp. I highly recommend that you do. Meantime, these guys are playing Cinco de Mayo next month. Their current album is called Dawn of the Chupacabras, which you can also get on their Bandcamp. But I also highly recommend that you check them out on Facebook. Please go now. I hope the song is still playing.
Segway!
This next band could have effectively and efficiently chose the name Pariah, but instead they chose the name Once Around.
I'm looking for a time in a moment and don't feel jaded. I'm not a ghost, I just don't feel right. Clinging to the highway, I'm low, look what I created.
Now the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is these are a 4-piece metal band from LA. But they weren't always from LA. They got their start in Madison, Wisconsin. But they moved to LA. Why? Because vagina salt. And I have to say that very specifically because while not getting into it very deeply, some stuff happened and these guys felt the need to vacate the scene. And you know what? When stuff like what they went through happens, it's not a bad decision. I mean, aside from the fact that you're dealing with a hostile audience, or at least a hostile scene, you're opening yourself up, especially with a band like with this kind of sound, you're opening up yourself to a whole new set of options. These guys have some serious money behind them, but they also do the fucking work. And aside from the fact that there's some people in my neck of the woods that don't like them anymore, they have made a very, very loyal fan base, and it's well deserved. Because these guys used to not sound like this at all. They used to be kind of glam rock. And now they're not. They fucking rock at it now. And I applaud the effort to reinvent themselves. Even if they did lose a member along the way, they did get a touring bass player. And speaking of which, they are on tour right now. So I highly recommend, if you do like this song, which is called Ghost, I highly recommend that you check them out. They only got a few more dates left before they come home. You can find this band at their .com, which is called oncearoundidols.com, but do also check their music out on Facebook, or you can hear it on the radio. It is currently number 48 on the Billboard Charts Top 100 in new metal and rock. So, get on the radio for the first time in a long time. The album is called Leaving Home. I have my own copy. Thank you, guys. I love this album. It is by far one of the best I'm going to listen to all year. Please go check it out. It's fucking awesome. Once Around. Segway! This might be the most metal fucking band I have ever heard in my fucking life. And whether you know it or not, it is for you too. This is Zimmers Hole.
In my youth, I learned the truth. Pure metal was the only way. Glam rock and sucker, strictly for the closet gay. Burning bright, my wheels ignite. Burning to the other side.
I really can't say enough about this band. If you don't know them, you really should, because this is a 4-piece metal band from Vancouver, Canada. What else comes from Canada, you might ask, Hobbs? Strapping fucking young lad comes from Canada, I tell you. And when I tell you that 3 and sometimes 4 of these guys have been in that band, you might get a sense as to what kind of metal they're going for, because Strapping fucking rocks. And Zimmers Hole is amazing! They were started by Jed Simon, whom you might know, and Byron Stroud, whom you might also know. That guy just is fucking amazing, and he's also played with bands like Fear Factory with Gene Hoglan, who is also in Fear Factory and is now in Zimmers Hole. These guys are a powerhouse. I fucking love them, and I have loved them since 2008 when I first heard the When You Shout at the Devil album, and it's also my favorite song by them too. Fucking amazing shit. Amazing shit. It is just driving fucking metal, and I didn't even know that these guys were part of Strapping It, so I just loved them outright and genuinely because it's fucking metal-ass fucking metal. They are amazing. I will tell you this, they are currently working on a brand new album. It is their fourth album, I believe. It's called Bound by Fire. It's coming out very soon from Scrape Records. And if you like this song, I definitely think you should check the rest of them out because it's fucking awesome. That's all the time we have on this week's episode of The Underground Bunker. I invite you once again to like and subscribe. You all know how this works. It's fucking YouTube. Also, do check out all the band links down there. Hello, band links. They need your support. They need your love. They need you to buy their music. Not only are MP3 sales doing pretty damn well, but CD sales are doing some pretty good numbers too. Yeah, and also do check out all the Bloodrock links, including the Spotify, which is long right now, so you will not get tired. And if you've got 54 extra minutes, do check out the Toxic Dream. It's my personal metal project, and I do think you would like it. I'm gonna leave you with this remark. Doesn't matter if it's fucking snowing, there is some fucking rock going on. I highly recommend you get out and enjoy the party. I am Hobbs, and I'm out!